Modern meteorology is built on the premise that the sky is a solved puzzle. Every atmospheric phenomenon has been observed, measured, and filed away under a specific name. This is a supercell. Like hurricanes and tornadoes, it has a predictable structure and a distinct signature on weather radar. We understand the thermodynamics that create it and the currents that move it. At 1:42 a.m. in May of 2024, the National Weather Service in Oklahoma detected a small storm cell outside a rural town. On paper, it was unremarkable, just another data point in a clear night sky. In that moment, there were no mysteries in the forecast. There was only incoming data waiting for its official classification. Forecasters initially treated the cell as a routine weather pattern, expecting it to dissipate or drift along with the local weather front. Then the tracking software calculated its ground speed. The cell was moving at exactly 3.1 miles per hour. That isn't the velocity of a storm, it's the pace of a human being on a walk. When meteorologists checked the prevailing wind currents, the anomaly became impossible to ignore. The cell was traveling in the opposite direction of the wind. A storm system is at the mercy of the atmosphere. Moving against the wind at a walking pace contradicts the most basic laws of fluid dynamics. High-resolution satellite data revealed the cell wasn't a storm at all. It was a perfectly circular, pitch-black cloud, 300 feet wide, with no internal lightning, no precipitation, and no detectable wind. It moved with unnatural precision, hovering exactly 20 feet above the pavement and following the center line of the rural highway. An official storm survey team was dispatched to intercept the cloud, equipped with weather balloons and instruments designed to measure the composition of the atmosphere. As they drew near, every instrument failed. Temperature, humidity, and air pressure sensors began outputting nonsensical, erratic values that the researchers couldn't reconcile with the clear sky around them. The absence of readable atmospheric data shifted the investigation. The team wasn't chasing a weather pattern anymore. They were tracking something the atmosphere could not account for. The first sign of intent came through the survey team's radio. Instead of expected static, a calm, steady voice began to broadcast over the emergency frequency. The voice issued a specific forecast for the team's coordinates. Visibility, 0. Survivors, 0. This thermal imaging shows what a researcher captured next. The cloud wasn't cold like a typical rain-heavy cell. Across its entire 300-foot surface, it maintained a uniform temperature of exactly 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The automated radar system responded to this new data by stripping away the weather label. The AI reclassified the object as a moving population with an estimated count of 1. The cloud stopped directly in front of the survey truck and remained motionless for 60 seconds. Then, as if changing its mind, it turned and began walking across the empty farmland. Body temperature, targeted communication, conscious pathfinding. The data no longer described a storm. It described a living creature. Following the encounter, the National Weather Service scrubbed all radar data related to the incident from its permanent archives. The official report filed for the Oklahoma event dismissed the entire sighting as atmospheric interference. In the face of an impossible observation, the bureaucratic response was to erase the evidence. Acknowledging the creature meant admitting that our scientific models of the sky were no longer complete. 3 months later, a new AI weather satellite reached orbit and began its first global scan of the Earth's atmosphere. It immediately flagged the same biological signature detected in Oklahoma. The satellite didn't find one entity, it found 73. Every one of these entities is traveling at a walking pace. As shown on this map, each one is following a direct trajectory toward the nearest major metropolitan center. The satellite generated one final automated update before engineers took it offline. Forecast updated. They arrived together. The Oklahoma event was the first signal of a much larger movement. 73 entities are now closing the distance to our cities, and the satellite's final update makes the timeline clear. They arrived together.